everybody, time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Now here's Cunningham. Goes up and lays it in, nice and easy. Grant, these are two teams with some of the highest assist rates in the league.
Yeah, B.A. And it really goes to show the unselfish attitude they both have. Not to mention how many skilled passers are on both rosters.
Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh. Inside. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Two shots, two makes. Off to a good start.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Thompson, no good. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, you come up with a list of all of the creative players in the league, and, you know, you've got to have LaMelo Ball on that list somewhere near the top. You know, he gives his head-turning passes at least a couple of times a game.
Can't get it to go. Missed his first one.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check with maybe a step out of his range.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. I wanted to know what he had in store for Kevin Durant. He said, we have some plans, Coach said with a smile, but mostly it's about effort. We have to outwork him at all times. If we give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. So Coach is asking for his guys to go all out and try to slow KD down tonight. Brian, back over to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Ball. Following the score by Houston. The 17-footer. And the bucket is good.
Hey, the mid-range can be touch and go for Ball, but he takes a nice, smooth shot that time.
And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
And here's Charlotte now, following the score by Houston. Ball no good. Thompson goes in. Ball with a steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And he gets the bucket. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Into the lane. Count that one. Durant's got his second basket of the game.
You know, the defense just can't stop Durant's drive. I mean, he's got that alchemy of agility and power. He's hard to shut down.
Now here's Cunningham. Consistent production from him, averaging around 27.5 points a game. When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, and his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And the Rockets will go for a different look here. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Now here's Durant. And you look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game.
Nice handles, tight handles, fluid handles, right into his shooting motion. Durant able to do everything on the offensive end.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Thompson. Outside Eason. To the inside. James with a steal. It's stolen by Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
That's the defense's fault right there. You can't allow Durant to get that kind of position.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize. A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice.
Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating here and there.
There's a minute 26 left to play in the first quarter. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Kevin Durant.
Oh, Amen Thompson. Incredible verticality.
Ball outside. And the three off target. Houston leading by 4. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
My goodness. Amen Thompson making a statement at the hoop.
Here's Cunningham. After the basket by Houston. Charlotte, no good that time either. Here's Shepard. No made baskets yet. Knocks down the triple.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. So both teams changing it up here. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside White. Down low. Sasser outside. 5 on the clock. Can they get it? White can't hit. Van Vliet on the wing. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Green, a screen. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's Houston up by 9. And back to the start of the second quarter.
21.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play. This one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Outside White. Fires for 3. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
How about Kobe White with the answer 3?
Here's Van Vliet. And he banks in the layup. And the Rockets lead by 11.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Pass to Shepard. White with a steal. Out on his own on the break. Eason with a steal. Van Vliet right side. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. The kick to Durant. Offensive rebound.
and he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
White for three. Eason pulls it in. Houston leading by 9. The motor of Kobe White. Grant seems to be ready to run the entire game and then some.
Oh, totally, B.A. For someone who is quick and can jump and has a strong handle, he's got plenty of stamina. And as a guard, you trust Kobe will make those effort plays.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Kobe White becoming an offensive focal point, saying it means a lot that my coaches and my teammates trust me. The only thing that can prepare you for this is going through it. For me to become the player I want to be, I need those moments. It's all part of the learning process and the journey. Back over to you, B.A.
Okay, Allie, good stuff. Now here's White. 5 points in the game. And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Yeah, he just couldn't get out of his own way there. I like the aggressiveness, but that's his second foul.
Here's Ball. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
During his career, we've seen LaMelo Ball score from just about everywhere, Clark.
Yeah, you know, he's really a talented player. I mean, he can make it hard on any defense. He's always in motion, and he knows what to do when he catches the basketball. He's unpredictable in how he goes about it. Hard cover for sure.
Yeah, what I like about this kid Shepard is his confidence, especially when it comes to shooting the ball.
In this league, you've got to have moves and counter moves. Grant, your toolkit was pretty complete coming in.
Well, you know, I tried to keep adding to it. It's like baseball. If they're struggling to hit your heater, that changeup will work even better.
Durant for three. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Man, just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot. And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Ball inside and converts.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. And he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the road.
Charlotte trails by 8. Ball outside. LaMelo sending it.
A master at creating space in the two-man game. That's LaMelo Ball.
And here is Thompson. 10 points for him. Here's Smith. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Thompson with it. Guarded now by Ball. Thompson, that's good.
I really like how he's playing tonight. Taking good, smart shots, playing his game.
Here's Ball. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They held a 12-point lead earlier.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Cunningham looking it over. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Here's Thompson. Smith outside. Screen by Capella. The three is up. Smith, that one's good. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
I wouldn't count on him missing the mid-range shot again. That's a good look for him.
Here's Thompson. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
You know, he started the game knocking down shots, guys, and now in the second quarter, he's taking it to another level.
And Ball throws it down.
Boy, making it look very easy. Ball has been unguardable tonight.
The Rockets lead by 13. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the paint. Eason, good. Eason's got 5 now.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's Cunningham. It's rebounded by Houston. For 3, Smith. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Houston up 15 points as this quarter concludes. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. More 2K action in just a moment. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And Van Vliet has got the ball here for the Rockets. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. To the middle. And it's slammed in by Adams.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Here's Cunningham. Driving inside. And Cunningham throws it down.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And a speedy offensive play by Van Vliet, pulling up out of nowhere for a shot.
Here's Ball. Smith with the rebound.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's Ball. It's rebounded by Houston. And you think back, not many point guards have combined the vision with the frame of LaMelo Ball.
I mean, he's 6'7" or even taller. You think about it, it's just a short list. You think of Luka Doncic, Penny Hardaway, Magic Johnson. That combination of size and court awareness is hard to stop. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
From behind the arc, Kevin Durant with a rebound. The Rockets lead by 18. Pure. That's basket number 9 on 12 tries.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Back over to you.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie.
And they're just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And Houston making a change here. Ball looks over the floor. Up again. Out to Bridges.
Third personal foul. Fourth team foul. Substitution for the Rockets.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And here's Cunningham outside. The Rockets pull it in.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Charlotte trails by 19. Here's the ball. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Ball's got 18.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
Cunningham on the wing. 11 points in the game. Pass to McNeely. This one for three. The kick out to Ball. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt. Let's hope he's okay.
And you guys know that this is something every player worries about, no matter your age or your ability.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection rules, which have been a benefit, a lot of it just comes down to what the body can withstand.
For three, Durant. And he gets it to go again. He's connected on 10 of 15 now.
Shut out from beyond the arc in the first period. He finally drains one.
Cunningham outside. And Cunningham throws it down.
There's Cunningham showing off that leaping ability. Outstanding finish with the slam.
Boy, he gives this team exactly whatever scoring it needs, and that's one of the things you really like about it.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Substitution on the floor.
Charlotte trails by 18. And it's stolen by Finney-Smith. Pass to Eason. Now Şengün. Here's the break. Three-pointer. James can't get it to go.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Man, it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
There's Cunningham with a three. Nice work beyond the arc by Cunningham.
He's taking what he can get here as a three in each half.
Here's Thompson. And another miss by Houston. Outside White. Here's Cunningham. Again, Charlotte.
He's been excellent in this period. Even though they're down, he's keeping them close.
Pass to Eason. And there's the drive. So it'll be two free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be on Miles Bridges.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
White with it. Launches a three. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Houston. Continued to rack up points in that quarter. His total for the night to 23.
62.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Ball. Let's get an update on Steven Adams. What's the status, Allie?
Thanks. I got some news from Houston's head athletic trainer. It's his shoulder that's the source of discomfort right now. Diagnosis at this point is that it's just a sprain. There will be no return to the floor tonight, and it sounds like recovery period is going to last a little longer than they were hoping for. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty. Factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Inside, Diabate.
He may not be the biggest center in the league, but he sure can jump.
The Rockets lead by 15. Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Okogie. Second shot opportunity. And it's in there. Okogie's got his first bucket in this one.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Clock at 6. Ball. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And Ball really confident even amongst the big fellas inside, which is why he's able to draw these fouls.
And Van Vliet has got the ball here for the Rockets. They led the game at one point by 20. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
There's Ball with a 3. It's hauled in by Houston. Van Vliet outside. Houston working the ball around. Offensive board. Capella.
Clint Capella.
And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. And the Rockets lead by 19. Oh, wow, guys, this does not look good. We've got an injury here.
Yeah, that type of injury is always worrisome. Hopefully, he's okay.
You're exactly right. I mean, with the way it looks, what we have to hope for now is that somehow it's not a long-term issue.
Yep, that one goes.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Van Vliet misses.
You won't see that from him very often, missing the bunny like that.
And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
They're at the limit already. That, to me, is just lazy defense.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Out to Bridges. To the inside. Outside White. Pass to Bridges. White looking it over. And another shot. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Tari Eason.
Man, he had us jumping in the booth. What a fake from White.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And if you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Cunningham can't get that one to fall.
Hey, I have no idea why.
Oh, man.
Oh, punch that was.
Bad intentions.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
And nice work there in the pick and roll. Cunningham demonstrating improvement in knowing how to break defenses down.
Here's Shepard. Can't hit it.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
For 3. Şengün pulls it down. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for Houston. They led the game at one point by 20. Durant. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Durant's got 11 in the second half.
Players with KD's size generally don't have that quick release, too. And incredible combination for him.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. And Charlotte making a change here. Charlotte trails by 19.
2 minutes remaining.
Cunningham with the ball. He's picked up by Eason. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
All right, let's go to the sideline, and here's some news about LaMelo Ball. What's the situation, Allie?
The head athletic trainer for Charlotte provided some information. I was told it's a knee sprain. Not great news by any stretch, but luckily it wasn't anything major. They are going to keep him on the sidelines tonight, and it may be a few more games until he's ready to get back on the court. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks.
It's always a bit of a relief to know things aren't as serious as they might have been. Hope to see him back really soon.
Now Cunningham. 5 to shoot. They get it back. Pass to McNeely. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. And it's Houston's ball.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Rockets.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And a good performance to bring them their 18th win of the year.
And this team really wanted to at least split this season series.
Absolutely. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose 2 games and be swept. It can be harder in an East-West game than playing against teams in your own conference. So this is a big win for them.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Kevin Durant.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
Here's Cunningham. He takes it in. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. All right, guys, what do you think?
And they're hoping to wrap this one up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly. Perhaps a water break?
And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every...
If you got a bumper, then twerk it. Miss, if you got a bumper, then shake it. Vibrate it, embrace it. Let's make it. First step, room, next step. I got you tryna get. If you can handle, come take it. I know that your friends like me and you hate it. Babe, they can look, not touch. Only you, and me. Homebody, I don't like party, but we can party like we at Carney. First day, palm me. Only you, and me. Let's do. She don't need honey, she already. We could bring your girls and I bring my army. She bad, I like this. Now she wanna face cut valid and she got nice lips. And a freak, that's my type. At 10, yeah, that's my. Feel talk, tick tock like this. I know what you're on, don't try hide it. I girl, move your waist and wine like this. She bad, I like this. Now she wanna face cut valid and she got nice lips. And that's my type. 10 out of 10, yeah, that's my. Tick tock like this. I know what you're on, don't try hide it. I girl, move your waist and wine like this.
You can't take, no, you can't have. Get to the back of the line, no crash. Stop much on your shoulders, you got so much on your mind. Wanna smooth it over, but you always on your grind. Stop taking advantage, start taking your time. You can use the peace of mind. Nights in solitude, days inside. Life's a paid with time. Prices got some altitude, wages dive. Might just to pay your tithes. Pray to new age slip knot. Every day praying I slip knot. The fairways played by some, but get fouled for big knots. Like use your bootstraps, we'll take the stairway. Drowning in TikToks. Dancing with dead while the stars in Balenciaga. Stuck on the fairway. Golf course, the other side is looking greener. Head full, call me Stanley Steamer. Can't pop off you black, you gotta mind your demeanor. So much on your shoulders, you got so much on your mind. Wanna smooth it over, but you always on your grind. Stop taking advantage, start taking your time. And use the peace of mind. So much on your shoulders, you got so much on your mind. You could use the peace of mind.